What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 6 of Open Experience. I'm Kyle. Next to me here is Jordan. What are we talking about today, man?
I watched Castaway for the first time.
How was that? Indulge us through your journey.
I liked it. It's a really slow movie. It's super long. Like, it did not need to be as long as it was. Why is this movie 2.5 hours?
That's a great question.
Why? Like, it takes forever to get on the island. I clocked it. It was 22 minutes.
How's that forever?
Why did it take so long? I thought it was going to start with him on the island.
No,
and it was just going
to
to
be
a
little
journey.
bit of backstory.
No.
Because then you're like, what the fuck are these boxes for?
I mean, I guess I have a problem with these boxes. Like, we'll get there, but I don't understand.
I mean, we'll get there.
Do you like this movie?
I liked it a lot more the first time I watched it. The second time I watched it, I was bored. A lot of the movie.
Because not a lot happens. Like,
yeah.
I don't understand why this movie is 2.5 hours. Or 2:20, however long it is. I don't understand it. But
they want to teach us about Wilson, man.
See, Wilson wasn't even. He wasn't even in it. I don't understand. But so the movie starts, and it's like you're following this package, right? And I'm like, what the fuck is this movie? I'm like, did I get the wrong thing? Because I'm so confused. I'm like, why are we following this FedEx package? And then we get to, I think it's Russia, right? I think it's Russia. He's in Russia, I think, and he gets the package, and he's talking to them about how they need to get more efficient and have more time.
Oh, his speech was the dumbest fucking thing ever at the beginning. He said it's all about time. He's going on and on and on about time. He was like, got that clock right there, this clock over there.
But as soon as you like, cause it pans into the factory or whatever, and you don't see him, but you hear his voice, and I immediately thought it's Woody.
Yeah,
you immediately think of Woody. So, then he's given the speech, and then he gets the package, and he opens it, and it's a clock. And he timed it from, I think it was Memphis to Russia, and it took 87 hours. Which I don't feel like is that long of a time, but he was like, we need to cut this time, we need to get better, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, I was like, bro, 87 hours? Like,
for a package from Memphis to Russia. Doesn't seem
and when was this?
In 95.
Yeah, I'm thinking like that's decent, bro. Like, keep it. Like,
yeah,
what you need to speed up? Like, you're fine.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like it's that long.
Agreed.
But then I think it cuts to them. They put all the packages in, and they have like 2 hours or something. And then they have like 14 minutes, and the trucks leave. And then one of the trucks has a boot on it, so it can't move,
which is weird.
Because why were the packages in the truck if it couldn't get to the factory? I didn't understand.
Yeah, like, why are you stopping?
Yeah.
Like, how are you stopping?
In the middle of the road with the package.
Yeah.
Weird. So then he has to pull over, and they have to take all the packages out of there.
Yep.
And he forms an assembly line, because that's all he knows. Because he works in the factory, so he knows the assembly line. So he's like, you go here, you do this, you sort the packages doing this, which we see later on the island.
He's big at the beginning.
What do you mean he's big?
Like, kind of chubby, stocky.
Well, yeah, and then they show him transform into a skinny guy.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, but I never realized. I don't know if he was ever that big or if it was like effects, but
I don't think it was effects. It's probably just Tom Hanks in 1995.
Maybe not.
But it shows. This shows when he gets onto the island. When he starts receiving the packages, because he starts sorting them to like these packages would go in this truck. This packages would go in that truck. So like it's a foreshadow of that.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Then I think it cuts to him on the plane, and he is going back to see his wife for Christmas. I think that's where it is.
Yeah, I don't know if it's. I guess it's probably Christmas. Yeah,
it's definitely Christmas.
I thought it was maybe a little bit before you, but you don't know. They never say it's Christmas. I never heard Merry Christmas in there. But you know.
There's a Christmas tree.
The fuck's that matter?
I'm pretty sure it's Christmas Eve.
I'm pretty sure you wanted a Christmas tree up in Thanksgiving. Like,
I put a Christmas tree up right now.
That's what I'm saying. Is it like, how does that tell me if it's on Christmas Day or not?
So when he's in the factory, like at the beginning, when he's doing that monologue or whatever, and he sees the little boy, and he gives the boy a
Snickers and a CD player.
Did he still? Where did all that shit in that backpack come from? Like,
he probably just bought it from America.
Okay, so that was his backpack.
I would assume so.
Okay, because I was like, did he steal this shit in his backpack?
I never once thought he stole it.
It was just a bunch of random shit in a backpack. It wasn't like organized. It was just I don't know. I thought he stole it. There was also a translator in the background when he's doing the monologue.
Yeah.
And you can hear the translator bothered me because you
Oh.
can hear him.
And then also he was like, "What are you saying about me?"
Yeah.
He was like, "I just told him what happened at your old job or something." Said, I forget exactly what he did. I don't remember. But he did something at his old job where like hit somebody or something.
But
he stole a kid's bike. That's what it was. They said it like 4 times. He stole a kid's bike to deliver his fucking package on time. He's like, "I didn't steal it. I borrowed it, and that's what you gotta do to deliver the package." So I was like, "All right, guys, you need to calm down a little bit."
I didn't like the translator because he would talk. You could hear him talking under Tom Hanks, and it was like it bothered me. It annoyed
It was
me.
real life, man.
And then on the way to the plane, his wife calls him, or he calls his wife
2 times.
Yeah.
She doesn't answer.
And he ends up talking to her, and he leaves a voicemail,
Yeah.
and he says, "See you soon," and you know what that means. They're gonna get it on.
Oh yeah, that's
gonna
not
get
the same
it
thing. I was like, "All right, then, tell him about it." Shit.
And then he said, "I'll see you in 18 hours," and he has like this shit down, but like his timing is like he has the shit down pat. He knows when. I bet he's never late to anything. He's always on time.
Probably not.
Probably early. Well, besides the plane crash, that was unexpected.
Doesn't matter. You gotta expect the unexpected.
No,
He should have known that was gonna happen.
he should not. What? But he gets on the plane and he's talking to his friend who is the dad from Double Teamed, the Disney Channel movie.
Sure, play a game.
And I forget what they're talking about. And then he gets
They started
home.
drinking.
Do they drink?
Yeah. And then the I don't know what they called the waitress in airplanes.
Stewardess, I think.
Yeah, them people. She walked out the bathroom and he was like, "Whoa, you don't see anything? This is sparkling.
Oh yeah, I remember
sparkling juice. I'd offered some, but you just tell me no."
that. Yeah, okay, I remember that now.
They're turning up, and then she was like, "How's Mary? His like wife has cancer, something like that."
Yeah, that was a weird transition into talking about the wife.
Man, like I don't think that needed to be in there at all.
It reminded me of a scene from The Disaster Artist.
The whole Disaster Artist movie. You mean?
No.
She didn't need to be there at all.
But about when the old lady's talking about how she has cancer, and then it just never. Well, this came back up, but it's like the transition.
It shouldn't
from them
like
talking.
it didn't need to come back up
Yeah.
like that. That was.
It was just the way it was brought up was weird because they were talking, and then she just turned at him, and it was really bad acting too. She was like, "So how's Mary?"
Yeah.
And you're like, "The fuck is going on?"
Like Maryland Island too. Shit, like.
But then he gets home and he's having a family dinner with a bunch of people, and then it gets brought up about why he hasn't married. I think her name was Kelly.
Whatever her name was. They had a bet though that was, if it was gonna happen,
Like the first 15 minutes or something.
I think she said nobody was gonna say anything until dessert. Is what she was betting on.
But
he won.
He won,
Because it's all about timing.
and then
he
his
knows
pager goes off, and
He looks at her like he's a fucking superhero. And
that's
she was,
not the way I got it.
That's
he
exactly-
feels like a superhero though. He's delivering all
he
these
said-
packages.
And he just looks up like he's gonna put his fucking costume on.
That's not what
I
got
thought
it.
she was just gonna nod her head. He was gonna dip out.
I thought she was gonna
Superhero.
nod her head too. I didn't think they were gonna have another scene together
Oh yeah, they had another scene that was like, "Well, I can move this. I can." I'm like, bro, like,
because they're
Flat
trying to
work.
spend New Year's together.
yeah.
So they go in the other room, and then they're trying to plan this shit out. And she drives him to the airport. Or no, he drives to the airport, but she rides with him because she has to take the car back. And she gives him a gift. And
Yeah.
what was that gift?
Oh, it was the pocket watch.
Oh, with her picture in it.
Yeah.
That's right. And then he gives her a gift, and it's
Towels.
towels. And it was another thing, but it was towels as well. But he's a horrible gift giver.
Why? That was very smart.
No.
I liked it.
That was a horrible gift.
How?
He was like, "You're really hard to shop for. Here's some towels."
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That for Christmas?
He only did that because what he did right after.
I know that, but also, why did he give her the ring now? Did not understand.
Yeah, that was weird. Like,
Why
either
did he
propose
give-
now or don't tell her, wait till I get back to open it.
Yeah,
The
why?
fuck's that mean?
That bothered me too. Like,
Because that just makes it seem like you're not coming back now.
yeah,
Like,
that's
they-
exactly what they were
yeah.
setting up. Because he was never coming
Yeah.
back. So you knew,
like he knew, subconsciously knew that shit.
Yeah, I didn't like that he gave her the
Because
ring.
he's a superhero. I'm telling you.
It was not. And then at this point, we're 20 minutes into the movie, and I'm like, where the fuck is the island? I want to see him on the island. Where's Bear Grylls at? I want to see what he does. So then he gets on the plane, and he's talking to the pilots, and I'm like, are you allowed to talk to the pilots? Why are you so close to the pilots? But then I seen it was the FedEx plane.
Yeah.
So that I understood it after that. But I'm like, he's really close to these pilots right now.
Yeah.
This is also in the 90s, so it might be different.
There's a 9/11.
Yeah. So then he takes the watch off and he sets it on the.
Well, not off because it's a pocket watch.
No, he takes his watch off.
Oh, really?
And he sets it on his seat, and then he goes to the bathroom and he puts the pocket watch on the thing, or I might be getting those flipped.
I think it's flipped because he puts the pocket watch in the center console.
That's
thing.
what it was, and then he puts his watch onto the sink in the bathroom, so he has no way to tell time. So at this point, I didn't know he was gonna get the pocket watch back. I'm like, this motherfucker's gonna be lost on this island with no.
The pocket watch didn't work
for the entire time,
for sure. Because he was like seeing if he was shaking it and ringing it, or trying to see if it was like ticking or anything in his ear, and nothing.
I
was
remember
ticking.
that.
Yeah,
but okay, didn't know that. So he couldn't tell time anyway.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Unless he could do the 4-finger thing.
Well, he had to do. Well, I mean, he probably just whenever the sun went down. I don't think he needed to tell time.
He did.
He just needed to know when the day was over.
I got about 2 hours left.
So then the plane, they start going through turbulence, and Tom Hanks sees the pocket watch, or no, it was the life vest, and he sees the pocket watch. So then he's like, "Which one do I get?" He goes for the pocket watch, and then one of the stewardess or co-pilots or something opens the door, and he's like, "Hey, put your seatbelt on." And then that guy,
first he was in the bathroom when it first, or like when it first like started getting.
And then
really
he goes
bad.
and puts the seatbelt on, and then he knows
one of the co-pilots or whoever comes and grabs him and puts the seatbelt on.
Yeah.
And then that's when he's looking for his pocket watch and life vest, and the other guy gets mad.
Him. And then he was like, "You need to put your seatbelt on." And then like in between them talking and stuff, you see like this big ass crate slamming up against the door, or like the metal net or whatever.
Yeah.
And you can like, oh, this shit's gonna break and it's gonna crash into something. But then the stewardess gets tossed over, and he gets tossed up, bumps his head, and you're like, oh, maybe he's all right. And then it cuts to him. He's just fucking bleeding everywhere.
He's done.
And then the cargo thing breaks through the net, and I don't remember if it slammed into him or if it slammed into something.
I'm not sure either.
And then it cuts to the plane,
but Tom Hanks gets that damn pocket watch.
He did get the pocket watch,
bro.
And he also had a life raft with him.
Well, that's the guy handed it to him as soon as he set him down.
He had the life raft, and then Tom Hanks looks into the pilot thing, and he sees them crash into the water. And then it's like him fighting, and he lets go of he deploys the life raft, and it takes him up. And then an orange bag gets caught underneath the water. What was this orange bag?
I think it's like, are they called buoys?
I don't know, because when it got
caught
in,
what it is, it's like it's a flotation device thing. So like if you're not near the raft, you can grab that.
Okay,
is what I think it is.
Because I thought it was his clothes and shit. Because I had did not say or like.
I think it's automatic,
whatever the fuck it was,
because it's automatically part of the raft. Like they don't need to be like, "Hey, this is what it is, guys." Like
I don't think it was part of the raft. Because
I think it is.
I don't think so, because it didn't come. It was separate. Because the raft went up.
Because it's on a rope.
Yeah, I didn't.
So if you're away from the raft, you can grab it and you don't die. You can pull yourself in. It's like like the little circle things you throw off of ships or whatever, so you can catch people. It's basically what that is.
Okay.
Like you can throw it to help somebody if they're far away from the raft.
I thought it was his clothes. I just seen the orange bag. I'm like,
and then it rips off. And then,
it got stuck underneath the water. And then it was a pretty intense scene, the plane crash scene. Like that whole scene was pretty intense.
Yeah.
Then
I was like, oh shit, this movie is good. Went downhill.
Yeah, because I wanted him to get to the island. I don't care about his fucking family. I want to see how he survives.
It's fucked up.
So then he opens a life raft and he gets in, and then he passes out, and then it cuts to him on the island. And he gets out and he's wandering around, and then he sees all these packages start washing up the shore, right? And by this time he knows that he's on an island.
Yeah, also, there's no way he survived in the middle of the fucking sea in that raging storm. Bullshit.
You never know.
Bullshit.
People do crazy things.
Not bullshit.
He's a superhero.
And he did that shit twice. There's no way he survived. Fuck that.
He's a superhero. But he starts seeing his FedEx packages wash up on the shore, right? And my first thought, if this was me, so I'm opening these fucking packages.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing what everybody's business
I'm
is.
hoping there's food, some clothing. Motherfucker ain't got no shoes. I'm opening these packages.
How do you lose his shoes? I'm so confused by that. You got this damn pocket watch, but you ain't got your shoes. Where are your shoes at?
I don't know.
How did your shoes get off of
I'm
your
like,
feet?
where are your shoes at? And then he makes shoes in the next scene. I'm like, about damn time.
Oh, he was
he's
bleeding.
walking through the coral, and
Bro.
I hate that. I hate watching people bleed walking in coral. I hate it.
It doesn't make sense. Like, I just don't go over there.
Well, he was looking for stuff.
Nah, fuck that.
And then he sorts the packages. He does not open them. And then he sees that package with the angel thing. And at first, when I see it, I'm like, what is so special about this package? And then I remember it from the opening scene. That's the package that we were following.
Oh, really? I didn't
that's the
realize that.
package. Because they were painting it, and then that's the girl at the opening scene. When the FedEx driver shows up, it's the same house from the
Makes sense.
movie.
What was in that box?
We don't know. It was never opened. Because he drops it off at the house, and we never.
I thought it was taped back up, and he said this package saved my life. Is what he says. So I was.
No,
he
didn't
know.
tape. He put the note on there saying that it saved his life. So I didn't understand this at first, but I thought about it. It saved his life because it was decorated, so he thought it was special, so that he wanted to make sure it was delivered. And that's why he's saying that it got him through because he wanted to make sure it was delivered because he's that dedicated to FedEx, that dedicated.
Bro, be dedicated to your life.
I'm opening that package.
100%.
It takes him 3 days to open these packages, by the way.
I'm opening up every
3 days.
package.
It takes him forever.
Day one.
So he sorts the packages and then he's doing something and he keeps hearing noises. And he keeps looking up. And I'm like, what the fuck are these noises? Is this Lost and there's a dragon or some supernatural shit?
You've never seen Lost like that?
That's why I said or some supernatural shit. Because I don't know what Lost is.
Okay, cool.
Is there a dragon? I don't know.
Smoke.
That they never explain, right?
Yeah.
Smoke monster?
Yeah.
Yeah, supernatural. We could have been a dragon. We don't know.
It wasn't. We didn't know it was smoke.
No, I'm talking about Castaway.
Okay.
Because he keeps hearing noises and he keeps looking around, but they never say what the noise. Oh, it's the coconuts falling. That's what it was. Because then a coconut lands in front of him.
Yeah.
And he tries to open it.
That shit
and
was
he
funny.
Struggles and he starts throwing it against the.
He gets pissed.
He does get pissed. Starts throwing it against the cliff or whatever, and it's not opening.
So he gets a big ass rock.
Which there's no fucking way this rock just broke like this. There's no way. Into a perfect knife form? No.
I mean,
I don't think so. But then he's trying to break
why?
the
Hold on.
coconut.
Why can't the rock break like that?
I just don't think so.
How?
It's too coincidence.
How?
Too much. So then he opens the coconut.
Regardless how the rock breaks, there's going to be a sharp edge somewhere.
I don't think this coconut is breaking this rock.
That's okay. I'm fine with that argument.
Well,
but you can't.
I'm saying there's no way that it broke off into a knife from this coconut.
It's a pussy ass rock. What you mean?
I don't think so.
It's a sedimentary rock. They're not strong.
I don't think so. But he finally gets the coconut open and he breaks it so all the water flies out everywhere.
That was hilarious.
And then he tries to drink and he's like, "What the fuck?"
He's like,
"You just broke it. Like there's no water."
He seemed like a real ass caveman throughout a lot of this. Like, didn't realize like.
Oh yeah, he knew nothing. He didn't try and get fire started the first day.
It's like
he had no shoes, but he finally made some shoes. He couldn't catch fish.
He was going around with that spear and just chucking it. Like, I don't even know if there's fish in your vicinity, guy. What are you doing?
But he was for real struggling.
Man.
Fun fact of the Castaway.
Oh my god.
The producer, like the people that were working on the production, they sent a bunch of the production people to that island like 5 days before and just stranded them to see how they would react and what they would do. And that's some of the montages that they use when he's struggling at the beginning, like him trying to open up the coconut and stuff, is stuff that the real production team did when they got stranded themselves. Because they wanted to see real life, like what you would do if you were stranded on this island.
How much are you paying me to do this?
Well, probably a lot of money as production assistants.
I'm hungry. And I need a burger. Is what I would have said.
So then he's walking around in the water. He's bleeding really bad. And I'm like, why the fuck doesn't he have shoes on? Where did they go? Why hasn't he made
doesn't
something?
Make sense.
So then the next scene, that's when he makes some shoes. And I'm like, oh, cool. He got some shoes now. And then I think it cuts to him climbing up to the very top of the peak on this island of the mountain cliff.
Well, first, when he's bleeding, he finds a cave thing. and he peeks in the cave and goes, "Hello, is
I don't remember
anybody there? Nobody's there, you dumbass."
I remember that.
Yeah, and then he goes back, and then I think he goes up to the
Yeah, he goes to the top, and he was like looking around at Well, first he gets way too fucking close to the edge, way too close,
man.
Like I've been up that high,
And then from there,
fuck that.
yeah, and from their angle, it looked like that was the smallest fucking island I've ever seen in my life.
Well, I mean, it might not be a big island,
But there's no way he found this island. That's what I'm saying. Oh bullshit, he should be dead.
it's a real island.
I know it's a real island.
It's in Fiji.
I know it's a real island.
So why couldn't he have found it?
No, I'm talking about like if you're crashing on a plane, you're not finding the smallest island. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe that's where he crashed.
He didn't.
It did. But he's looking around and he sees that he's the only one on this island, or that there's no civilization, cities, settlements, whatever. So then he's looking around and he sees a life raft or something in the distance.
The dead body.
I don't think he's seen the. Yeah, okay, so he's seen the raft because there's no way he's seen the body.
It might not have been a raft. I don't know.
It was a big orange. I think it was the raft.
It might have been a raft. Yeah.
So then he runs down the cliff and goes over there.
That's the most disgusting thing ever.
He turns over the body and it's a dead guy, and he looks like
It's Albert
Brenneman.
I don't know his last name.
That's the guy from Hitch. I'm just fucking with you. I don't know his last name.
His name's Albert.
But he was 40 years old. But they turn over the dead body in the water, and he has all like, because he's a zombie or he's dead or whatever. And it looked like if you would have done that, that would have turned the movie. But it looked like when they turned the body over and he's all like blue and shit. It reminded me of the zombie makeup that Bill Murray put on in Zombieland when he's trying to freak out Jesse Eisenberg.
I can see that.
That's what it reminded me of. But obviously this guy was dead. If he would have turned into a zombie, like lifted his heads up or his hands and like, it scared the shit out of Tom Hanks. It'd been a funny movie. It's been funny. So then he buries the guy. And
takes the shoes.
He does take his shoes, which is
smart.
smart.
Cuts them open and makes candles.
His feet were too big and his toes are sticking out.
I don't think I could have taken them. However, now you got these.
And then he steals the shoes. Smart.
No, I don't think I could have taken them.
And then I was like, wait, he just robbed this guy. Because then he goes through his pockets and he pulls, but he did. He was just looking for his name, I think. Because he pulls out his wallet. I'm like, this motherfucker just robbed him. But then he got his name and he wrote it on the cliff or whatever. Where are we at? He has a flashlight and he turns it on. And I don't know in real life if this flashlight would still work, because it's been in the water, so I don't know how waterproof this flashlight is.
I would assume it is waterproof because it was on a plane, and it's just like best case scenario, like, or worst case scenario, like if it goes in water, you might need a flashlight.
Maybe.
So I'm like 90% sure it's probably waterproof.
And then this is when he tries to catch the fish for the first time, and he fails horribly.
Yeah.
I forget what happened, but
he's just throwing the fuck. Oh no! I think first he just runs up out of nowhere, just like runs on screen, just throws the fucking.
That's what it was.
I was cracking up.
Yeah. This whole montage of him like struggling, I thought it was pretty well done. I thought it was funny.
It was funny. I was cracking up when he fucking threw the fucking.
But I'm like, why is he not trying to make fire? Like, where's the fire? Fire is your main priority.
Bro, I would have burnt the whole fucking forest.
Yeah, I'm burning it.
Also, there's animals somewhere.
Maybe he found the crab.
There's like furry animals.
Maybe not.
There's land animals.
Why did you try to make fire? Probably the same way. Oh, so then he sees a ship like 300 miles away. Or
I'm so glad that you gave me an exact number, because there's no way that that's accurate.
But it was far as fuck. Like, there's no way the ship sees him on this
100%.
island. No way. And he's like, "Hey, I'm over here. Come save
Also,
me."
he already wrote a help sign too.
He did put a help sign, or he wrote "help" in the sand.
No, the locks. He wrote it.
Was it?
Yeah, there were locks.
Whatever. But that ship's not seeing that either. But so he's yelling at this ship, and I'm like, I would probably react the same way, but realistically, there's no way the ship is seeing you. Like, there's no possible way this ship 20 miles away is seeing this one little person on this island jumping up and down, yelling for them. But I'd probably react the same way. So, I don't know. I think the next scene is him trying to escape the island with what's left of his life raft, and he can't get over the big waves. and the last one is the big wave. It
Mm.
flips him out of the life raft, and he slams into the coral, and it goes through his leg.
It also pops the raft too.
It pops the raft, and I just don't like coral. Like when people mess with coral, I don't like it. I don't like.
He
the
got
way it
fucked
looks.
up.
No. And then I think something happened, and I'm like, how long has he been here? Because he is still very unprepared. Because I think it cuts to like a few days later. And then
Oh, maybe, I don't know.
he's in the cave, and I think he's sleeping or something. He's sitting there, and he looks over and sees a puddle of water, and he drinks out of it.
Oh, it's because it starts raining like super hard.
That's what it was.
And he
Oh yeah,
doesn't-
that's what it was. Because it starts raining. I'm like, he doesn't have a shelter. How long?
Well,
he
I
been
think
here?
his shelter was the raft, but it got popped, so it's tore down now.
But he hasn't built a new one.
No, he didn't have time.
He's just very.
He just hurt his leg.
Yes.
Now he's crippled
No, because he gets into
and
the cave.
unprepared.
He goes to the cave.
He
when
does
it
go to the
starts raining.
cave, and then he sees the puddle of water. And my first thought was,
You don't drink
flash fucking. No, I was thinking flash flood. This cave's about to fucking be
No.
flooded. You're dead now. Like,
No.
why?
I
Like,
didn't
you
think
see
that.
water dripping, you're gonna die.
I didn't think that. I thought you don't drink that water because it's still water. Bacteria live in still water. I've learned that from Bear Grylls.
But it was dripping down, so I think it was just accumulated because of the rain.
I didn't think it was accumulated. Inside the cave.
90% sure,
Okay,
because
then
it was
that-
dripping down.
But okay, if it was accumulated, then you can drink it. But
Yeah.
if it's been sitting there, don't drink it. I
Yeah.
learned that from Bear Grylls.
You boil it, but you need fire.
Yeah, but he needs fire. And then it shows his cut, and this shit is nasty.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. Then he starts opening the FedEx packages. Finally, starts opening them, and I'm like, plot twist. What are their divorce papers? But then I remembered he's not married yet, so
That would have been fucked.
that would have been fucked up. If he found his divorce papers.
Hey,
He's not
open
married.
this up when you get there.
You open this one.
Merry
up.
fucking Christmas.
So then he opens up a B-Day card, and there's no money in it.
Oh
Fuck
yeah.
that B-Day card.
Yeah. No. The B-Day, no. The B-Day card was with the volleyball.
I don't think so.
Yeah, 100%.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, I wrote down there was no money in his B-Day card. This guy obviously was not loved.
They got a volleyball. I thought it was a basketball, honestly, at first. It's kind of whack that was a volleyball.
So then he opens up the pair of ice skating skates, and I'm like, oh, you got to use that as a knife. And then he later does. I'm like, oh, smart guy. And then he opens up a leopard dress, and I'm like, is he gonna wear this for warmth? But he never did. It was kind of sad.
Yeah, sad.
And then he sees the package with the wings, and he doesn't open it. And I didn't understand at first, but then when I thought about it, it made sense. So then it cuts to, does it cut to him 4 years late? Nope, because he's trying to make fire. I wrote down he's turning into Bear Grylls, but I don't know why I wrote that down. I don't know.
Is it when he makes fire? Because he tries to make a fire and
He hasn't made
fails.
fire yet. Because I wrote down he's turning into Bear Grylls, and then he catches a crab, and he opens the crab meat, but it's all soggy and
So
shit.
you're probably talking about when he is first attempting to make fire. And he first attempts.
He hasn't attempted yet.
He hasn't even attempted for the first time?
No, because he kills the crab, and then he doesn't cook the crab. He just he breaks off the claw and tries to eat it, and it's like really
Gooey.
It's gooey.
Yeah.
And then he starts trying to make the fire, and then he slams the shit through his hand.
Yeah.
That shit was nasty. When it went through his hand, I said, "Oh fuck, this guy's dying."
Yeah.
Because I thought it was worse than what it actually was. I guess it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Because I'm like,
it's
that's getting
also-
infected.
Oh, yeah, you're dead.
It went through. Because I thought it went through his hand. I'm like,
Same.
that's infected. You can't move your hand anymore. But
yeah, he
then-
got fucked up.
But
But then, yeah.
I don't remember why I wrote that. But anyway,
Oh, well.
he so then it goes to his hand, and he starts bleeding everywhere, and he just starts throwing shit. And he picks up the volleyball and throws it.
Yeah.
And then you see the handprint on the volleyball, and like I've known about Wilson and whatever. I didn't know that was blood. That was his face.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of cool because I didn't notice what it was. I thought it was paint.
Where's he getting paint at? I guess one
I
of the
don't
packages.
fucking know. He can make it
I
or
guess
maybe in the packet. I don't know.
Yeah. Continue.
So then he finally he splits the wood and he gets a spark and he's like, oh, it needs oxygen.
Oh, I was like, yeah, it does.
So then he finally gets the fire going, and then it cuts to him having a fucking bonfire.
Oh yeah, he was like, "We got fire, signal fire."
That's a real song, I guess.
Really?
When I was reading the Wikipedia, because I was looking up trivia. That's a real song that he was singing around the fire. I thought it was a pretty funny scene. Because it's like a caveman who's like, fire, fire, we got fire. So then it's nighttime, and he's singing around. I lost where I'm at. Oh, it made me think of when we went camping and we couldn't make a fire. That's what it made me think of.
Where I can make a fire.
You can't make no damn fire. And then, so at the beginning of the movie, he tells his girlfriend that he has to go to the dentist because of his tooth. And when he says this, I'm like, please don't make this man cut his tooth out on this island. Because I know he's going to get to the island. I'm like, please don't make him cut it out. So then it cuts to him
cut it out
into the cave. And he's still complaining about his tooth. And he was like, I can't chew over here. And at first, I didn't know he had something in his mouth. And I thought he was just talking that way. But he was like chewing on some like salt water, like seaweed or something to try and heal it, to make it numb it.
I didn't realize that.
Because salt water, it heals stuff. So that's what he was doing. And then he takes the ice skating blade. And does he chop his tooth out? I didn't understand what he did to his mouth.
Yeah, he just chopped it out.
Because he like puts it and then
or not chopped it out. I think it was just like
he pushed it out or something.
Yeah, basically
he broke it.
I don't know if he broke it. I think it would have just pushed it out.
Whatever.
But yeah, that was
didn't
gross.
like this scene because it's
gross.
Nasty.
And I'm pretty sure he's dead. That skate is going through your neck,
that's what I thought too. Because I'm like, you push really
dead.
hard and then it goes through.
You got a rock, you got a skate, and you smash the rock. You're dead. You're done.
Either that, your shit's getting infected. There's no way he didn't get a single infection while he's been on this.
Salt water, bro.
That still doesn't. It's not going to count for you getting an infection
in your mouth. It'll be fine.
No,
just close your mouth. Bugs aren't getting in there.
No, he's getting infected.
Breathe through your nose.
I said, if this were a horror movie, when he has the blade in his mouth, Wilson would have turned alive and shoved it through his skull, and then it would turn to a different movie.
The fuck is wrong with you?
This is what I thought of, man. I'm like, that'd have been a dope movie. Oh fuck, he took the tooth out, and then this is a weird transition. So he takes the tooth out, and then it cuts to 4 years later. So then he's fucking Bear Grylls caveman over here. We see him spear the fish. I'm like, this motherfucker turned into a fucking beast. But he's also been there for 4 years.
4 years, he got a lot of practice.
So then he like spears the fish, he's eating whatever, and then it cuts. I don't forget what happened. But the porta potty pops up on the land. And he's like, we can use this to get off the island.
Well, at first, he just puts the shit up. He puts half a porta potty up in the sand, and then the tide brings it down.
Oh, okay.
But I was so confused. Like, why does that need to be up? What are you doing? And then it falls down again. Well, he was like, yes, Wilson, I know I can use that, actually.
When he said this, I'm like, use it as what?
I was confused.
I'm like, are you going to use it to, like, try and use it as a raft? See, I still didn't understand when he had it on the raft. I'm like, what the fuck? Because I thought he was going to use it to, like,
I thought it was going to be a shelter. Like, if it rains a little bit. Yeah, he's just going to go under it. That. That's what I thought.
He did use it as that. I thought he was gonna float on it. So I'm like, what?
Yeah, bro, that's gonna work.
And then he has to start building some rope. He has to build so much rope, and then he uses all the rope on the island.
Oh, his math skills are amazing. He was like, I need 427 feet, and then 420 feet, and then I need 50 feet of miscellaneous rope. I'm gonna round that off to 475.
And you need so many strands to make so much rope.
He doesn't have enough strands.
And then earlier in the movie, he's drawing on the thing. He was like, all right, so we're flying. Our trajectory is here. The plane crashes here. I maybe drifted this way 50 miles.
He said 400.
Whatever. I've drifted this so much. If we put a circle around here, the radius is this. So then we need to find the diameter and the square miles.
He's like, this is the square miles of the search area. They're not getting to me until October 2027.
He was like, it's twice the size of Texas. We're probably never getting found. I'm like, I don't know how much of this math is real.
Yeah, I was like, bro,
like, how do you know all this?
But and if you're going off what your diagram's looking like, there's no way your diagrams are like pinpoint accurate with.
To where you're actually at compared to what the crash was. I'm like, I don't know how much of this is factual. But either way,
It's
you're
pretty funny.
the chance of you being found was slim regardless of where you're at.
We didn't need to have
Yeah.
that whole.
So he's building the rope, and then he runs out of rope that he can't make anymore. And then he's talking to Wilson, and he's like, I know where I can find 30 more feet of rope or whatever. It's a good thing I tried. We did a practice run. And I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about?
So they didn't show that at the beginning or in the movie, did they?
No. So
okay, cool.
I
Because
looked
I
this
was
up.
confused.
So I looked this up.
I was like, wait, I don't remember seeing this.
I guess in the theatrical release, they showed him pushing the log off
Okay,
and testing it.
gotcha.
But I couldn't find a video of it being real. So I don't know if that's a myth that it was theatrically released
Okay.
and it wasn't released for like the home version, or if it was never actually shot.
I was like, oh,
Couldn't find a
I
conclusive
must have been really
evidence.
bored because I don't remember this shit.
But it was never, and I don't understand why this log is up there or why this rope is up there. So
Yeah.
then he goes up there and he's clinging, or he gets the rope. He pulls the log up. He gets the rope and he's hanging from the side of the cliff. And I'm like, nope, fuck that rope. Not getting off this island. I'm not trying to get that rope. It's too high, too far away. So then he gets the rope, and I think he has everything he needs. And then he's in the cave, and he's arguing with Wilson or something, because he throws Wilson out the cave. And then he's like, Wilson, come back. Why'd you leave? But I don't remember why he threw Wilson out.
I don't either. But he immediately ran out and looked for him, and he was freaking out. He
Yeah.
couldn't find this fucking volleyball.
And then it shows him putting everything on the raft. He has the porta potty on top, which when I seen the porta potty, I'm like, why did you need the porta potty to try to escape?
He was cleaning it too.
Yeah.
It was weird.
But I didn't understand why he needed the porta potty to escape at first until he used it.
Yeah.
But at first, I'm like, what is so special? I'm like, you could have done this a long time ago. You've been here 4 years, and you think to make a raft? Like, it took the porta potty, like, oh shit, I can make a raft.
And I feel like he could have made a sail with
Or something.
some fucking leaves, bro.
But so then
Or the raft
he
could have been a
puts-
good sail.
He puts the package with the angel wings on the raft, and he pushes it into the water. And I'm like, I didn't know how much time was left in this movie because I thought I still had like 5 hours left because this movie's long as shit.
Okay.
So I didn't know how much time I had. I'm like, this raft is gonna sink as soon as he pushes it into the water.
That would be funny.
But I didn't know this was his final.
He also makes a fucking seat for Wilson to bobble up and down.
He does. He put like a spear thing.
He also gave Wilson hair. He also had to give, after he threw Wilson out the cave, he got him back in the cave and had to cut his hand to put Wilson's fucking face back on him.
I don't remember this.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's fucking stupid.
I don't remember that.
Cutting your fucking hand. Or maybe he didn't cut, maybe he picked a scab or something. I don't know. But his hand was bleeding.
Oh,
He-
from where his hand, when the thing
yeah,
went
he
through his
said,
hand,
he was like,
that's infected, and his hand should be chopped off.
you're putting your whole infected hand, your dirty ass hand in your fucking wound.
So they get into the water, and he's sailing, and I'm like, wait, why does he have this porta potty still? And then the big wave comes, and he flips the porta potty up, and I'm like, oh, it's a sail. That makes sense to get him over the thing. So then he's.
I don't think he made it over.
I don't either. So then it cuts to him being at sea with the storm, and it's storming really loud waves. Rain is dark outside, and then the porta potty just fucking flies off into the fucking ocean, and I'm like, oh shit, he's gonna die because there's no way he survives this once again.
I agree.
The life raft is more believable for him to survive, but this fucking raft with 6 logs and him being super exposed, just being able to fall,
Also,
he's definitely dead.
because once the storm's over and it cuts to the daytime or whatever, he's laying on
Like 3
logs,
And
3
then
logs
there's
that are not
spaces.
tied together. I was like, bro, you're dead. There's no way you didn't like
There's
fall.
spaces
You're
in
done.
between.
You're done.
So then it cuts to the next day, and I think this is where Wilson's like floating away or whatever.
Also, I don't see. Oh, continue. Sorry.
So
I'll get to
Wilson's
mine.
floating away, and he doesn't notice. And then there's a well that pops up and is blowing the water or the mist or whatever, and that's what wakes him up.
And the well keeps popping up.
Yeah, it popped up like 3 times.
That well is not fucking following you, bro.
It's like the narwhal from
Nah,
Elf,
it's not.
trying to make sure he gets home safe.
It's not.
So Wilson's flying away, and then he looks up to where Wilson's supposed to be, and he's like, Wilson? 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 And then he's like, Wilson! And he just fucking freaks out. And then, like, he's not turning around. I don't think he turns around. I think this is really bad editing. Because Wilson, like, Tom Hanks
yeah, all
is
you gotta
facing
do is
this
like
way.
look around a little bit,
Tom
bro.
Hanks is facing this way. Wilson is complete 180 of him. And then he's like, Wilson? Wilson, and he doesn't turn around completely, but
Not
then
at
it
first.
cuts to him.
Well, I think he ends up turning around.
Does he? Because I didn't think he did, and I'm like, this is really bad editing because I don't
he
think
did.
he ever faced Wilson.
I believe he did.
But then he finds Wilson. I'm like, maybe Wilson yelled for him. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
So then he sees Wilson, and he tries to go get him. He has the rope in one hand to make sure he's still attached to the raft, and he's swimming after Wilson, and Wilson just keeps floating away, and he's like, Wilson, stop running away or whatever, and he's yelling at the stupid volleyball.
Hate him.
And then he's like, oh, I can't get to him. I have to go back. Then he goes back to the raft and he starts crying. And in my mind, I'm like, Wilson was barely in this movie. I'm not attached to him. He's gone.
In my mind, if you cared that much about Wilson, that you debated dropping this fucking rope and going to get him, which I don't feel like you're really that far. It's like you're 30. You only have 30
But
feet.
you don't want to risk it.
Yeah, but you get back to the raft. You have 2 fucking paddles still.
Does he though?
Yes, because in a couple minutes after that, he lets the paddles go after he loses Wilson.
I don't remember that.
Yes, he has 2 fucking paddles still. Fucking
Okay.
or fucking take a log off. You got all that fucking debris around you. Take a log off. Use this as a fucking paddle. Go get Wilson if he's your best fucking friend.
But like, see, so when I was watching this, so like
He didn't care about Wilson.
he did care.
No.
So the audience
Hated him.
We skipped 4 years of this man's life on this island that he spent with Wilson. We don't get to see that. So I wasn't attached to Wilson. When he left, I'm like, he's a fucking volleyball. He's gone. But in Tom Hanks' eyes, he's been his best friend for 4 years.
That's why he should have taken the paddles and went and got him.
But I feel like they should. I'm not worried about that. I just feel like
I am.
they
Like,
didn't
it's
establish
terrible
their
decisions.
relationship. They should have shown more of the 4 years that
Fuck
he
that.
spent
No,
with his.
no, we shouldn't.
Yes.
What, you want the movie to be 3.5 hours long so you can complain more?
I would have liked to have seen because when Wilson leaves, like
We need a Wilson spinoff.
I would have liked that because there's no payout. Like, what is he doing now? Where's he at now?
Did he make it back to the island?
But like when he leaves, you don't feel sad. You don't feel happy. You're just like, he's fucking gone. He's a volleyball because we didn't spend time with him. He was on screen for maybe 20 minutes. Like,
Bro, I believe in my eyes.
you can't have him as a character.
If Wilson was on the screen for 3 hours, I'm
I
like,
would've
bro,
liked it.
it's a volleyball. So leave that motherfucker still.
That's how I felt now. Let me see him.
Do you think he dreams about Wilson? He gets back
Probably.
home. Do you think he dreams about Wilson? He's
He
like,
was
I miss
what
Wilson.
he's like, what could have been? I could have been on that island with Wilson if I wouldn't have found the porta potty.
Still in love.
So then he's sailing. I said it'd be terrifying to be at storm, or at sea with that storm.
At storm,
I'd be
yeah.
fucking terrified.
100%. I would have gave up.
Oh yeah.
I would have stayed on the island forever. I'm not
So
getting
then
off.
he's sleeping and he hears the horn from the cruise ship, and it wakes him up. And at first I'm like, he's not yelling. Like, this is not the Tom Hanks that we've grown with for these 4 years. He's not yelling, nothing. But he's screaming for this fucking volleyball, but he's not screaming for these people to come save him.
He has a dry mouth.
Nah, I don't think there's that. But so then
He tries to scream.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
Does he?
he's like,
Okay, I don't know. He should have threw something at the boat or something. But he gets
that
found.
would have worked.
He gets found, and it cuts to him doing something. He's on an airplane or something. I forget where it cuts to how he's found. Is he on an airplane? I think he's
Yeah.
on an airplane.
Yeah.
And
Which
it's
is
with his
weird.
friend.
I'm not getting on an airplane. Take me in this
Yeah.
cruise ship home. Fuck that.
He's shaved, and he's on.
They
the
bring him a
airplane.
Dr. Pepper with ice.
It is Dr. Pepper because it's his friend,
Yeah.
the guy from, the dad from Double Team.
Yeah.
But I'm like, does he have his job still? That's what I was wondering. I was like, does he still have his job after 4 years? Because like FedEx feels bad, or like, will he have a job? Does he have to go back into the employment? Like, how does this work with him being a missing person for 4 years? So then, where am I at? Oh, I think it cuts to him being at the little press conference thing, and
He should have been like, I am Iron Man.
That's pretty dope. I am a superhero. I survived. I'm caveman. So then it cuts to him in the break room, whatever, and the girl's husband walks in, and I'm like, that's fucking fucked up with this guy. Like, I'm pretty sure he's not allowing her to come talk to him.
From the next scene, that's what it
Yeah.
definitely seemed like.
I'm pretty sure he's preventing her from talking to him.
Yeah, 100%.
But he was like, I'm Kelly's husband. She doesn't want to talk to you because she's just not emotionally ready yet. Something else happened that he said. And then I'm like, I wonder if she ever opened her gift, which I don't think she ever did. It was never stated, though, whether she opened that gift. And then it cuts to her trying to go inside. It looked like, and her him holding her back.
I don't think he necessarily held her back, but he was talking her out of it.
He was like, "You shouldn't go in there. He's not in a good mental state." Or he didn't say that, but that's what I took it as. He was like, "You don't want to go in there."
Yeah.
So then, while Tom Hanks was talking to the husband, I'm like, I couldn't imagine how fucking awkward this is for Tom Hanks. And
for both of them.
Yeah, why would I didn't understand. So then it cuts to
like, bro, I have no beef with you. Get the fuck out my way.
Man, I'm trying to see
shit
the love of my life. Who
I
thought
just
I'd
been
been dead for 4 years.
It's longer than 4 years because he was at
whatever.
He was at the place for 1,500 days, and I don't know how long he was at sea and shit.
So then I think it cuts to him in the taxi, and he's going over to her house.
Yeah.
And he goes to ring the doorbell, and the light just pops on. And she was like, "Oh, I seen your taxi pull up." And I'm like, "Is she home alone? Where's her husband?"
They sleep, bro.
So then Tom Hanks comes in, and they're talking, and I'm like, "This is."
Shower some coffee at midnight.
Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. Maybe he likes coffee.
No, she didn't have the kind he liked. Said it. She's like, "I don't have like you like."
But
I'm like, bitch, I've been on an island. Like,
this,
regular coffee is cool.
This would be an awkward conversation to have in real interaction to have in real life.
I wouldn't go back.
Yeah, this would be fucking weird.
I'm like, no, you gotta.
But then he's talking, and she was like, "What do we do now?" And he says some joke, or something happened. Something funny happened, because she thought he was gonna bring up the relationship, but he didn't bring it up. But then she was like, "I want to show you something," and she shows him all of this shit from the wreckage and him missing. And she pulls out the map of where he could have been, and it shows that she's been trying for years trying to find this man, even though she's been married and has a kid. And then they go out to the garage, and he was like, "Our car." Oh my god. And she gives him the car. I'm like, how many cars do you have? Like,
probably a lot.
Is this a main mode of transportation for you? Is your husband going to be okay with you giving this car away?
Well, when Tom Hanks died, she probably got a nice little
life insurance thing.
Life insurance.
Well, you to the right, you could see another car.
Okay.
But I'm like, do they only have 2 cars? Do they use these 2 cars? Do they only use 1 car?
Maybe they only use
Is
1
her
car.
husband going to be okay with them giving up this car to this man?
She does not like her husband.
He obviously does not like.
She does not like her husband. She cheated on him.
She did cheat on this guy. But then he gets into the car and they kiss.
Well, he gets in the car and drives off, and she's like,
she gives him a kiss goodbye.
On the cheek, I thought.
Yeah, it was on the cheek.
Yeah.
And he gives him a kiss goodbye, and he pulls out. As soon as she gives him a kiss, like, that's weird. Like, kiss her back, do something. She obviously likes you. But then he, like,
the fucking kids upstairs sleep. What you mean? She obviously, like, it's not a fucking high school crush. Like, oh, she kissed me on my cheek. Let me kiss her and make out with her.
But you were in
love.
I hate in movies when people don't say what they're feeling. I hate it.
It's just like real life.
And I hate it. Say what the fuck you mean. Say what you feel. Like, that's why you live an unhappy life. But anyway,
you speak from experience.
So he drives off.
We can turn this into a therapy session real quick.
I'm cool. But he drives off, and she's standing in the rain watching him leave. And I'm like, she's going to chase after him. And then she's like, I forget his name.
I can't think of his name either.
But I'm calling
Lindsay, what's his name?
I'm going to call him Andy Dufresne.
What's Tom Hanks' name in Castaway?
Mark. All
right, cool.
But she's like, Andy Dufresne, don't leave.
Not Andy.
I don't know his name. But she starts yelling. I'm like, there's no fucking
Just call him
way.
Caveman.
Whatever.
Chuck Noland.
That's the whitest fucking name I've ever heard. But she yells Chuck. Okay, that makes sense now. Chuck. I remember that now. So she yells Chuck, and he's like, he's no way he hears her, and he fucking. He reverses like he's Fast and Furious. Like he's
bro.
dumb.
If he can hear Wilson in the middle of sea, he can't hear her, bro.
Like in the fucking pouring rain, there's no way. He probably already rolled the window up. But he reverses like he Dom Toretto in Fast and Furious, and he stops on a dime, and then she I think she runs out to him.
Yeah.
And he gets out the car, and they just start making out in the rain.
Then they get in the car.
Making out.
And he was like, where are we going?
She gets in the car, and I'm like, is he going to drive off? She has a kid and a husband in the house 200 feet away from you. What the fuck is going on?
I think he was like, I want to ask you where we're going, but you're gonna tell me you can't go. So that's racist what he said.
And then when she gets in the car, I'm like, man, that sucks for her husband because obviously they're getting a divorce. I'm like, it sucks. So then he was like, you can't go with me, and she gets out, and I'm like, this is fucking sad. Like, they love each other, but she doesn't want to leave her husband and her kid. I'm like, you get a divorce. Like,
Hey, fuck that kid.
you obviously, I'm no fucking kid, but you obviously don't love your husband as much as you love this guy.
See, that's why if you get a dog, she could have went back. That's all I'm saying.
Wait, what?
She had a dog instead of a kid. She could have went back to Tom Hanks.
I mean, I guess I still don't think she would have left her husband because she doesn't seem like she wants to be happy. But
Maybe she is happy.
I don't think she's that happy.
She could be Mormon.
And to just have like multiple husbands.
Yeah, I
I
think
couldn't think of the word.
it's the reverse Mormon, I think, because I think Mormons are usually like a guy with multiple
a polygamous.
wives.
That's what it's called.
Sure.
A polygamous because you have more than one.
Yeah, but that's what she could have been.
Because of
You
monogamous.
think they would have been alright with that?
This guy did not even want her to see him, so I'm gonna say no.
Because he thought he was gonna lose her
Do you
completely.
think she told her husband that they kissed, or like this whole like interaction happened? Because she's gonna have to explain that he took the car. Because he's gonna wake up.
Oh no! Somebody stole the car.
He's gonna
It
wake
must
up-
have been Chuck. He probably stole it.
He's gonna wake up and go to work, and he's like, "How the fuck do I get to work today?"
Also, this motherfucker hasn't driven in 6 years.
I thought the same
I don't
thing.
think he knows how to drive.
Maybe.
No, he's not a
I don't know.
driver.
But then it cuts to him in this scene with his friend, and he's talking about him trying to kill himself, which
Yeah.
was a very well executed scene.
Yeah.
It's a one-shot scene too that lasts 4 minutes
Oh,
of
golly.
Tom Hanks just speaking.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of lines to remember.
Probably just made it up.
I mean, it could have been improvised, but it was really good acting. But then he's talking, and I'm like, oh, that's where that fucking rope came from. He tried to kill himself.
He's like, no, me, I gotta test it.
Because it was not stated
Yeah.
earlier in the film.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. And then it cuts to him driving to go deliver this package. And he turns right. And he takes the widest turn I've ever seen to turn onto this road.
Yep.
But he turns, and then he goes to the house, he drops the package off with the note saying, thank you for saving my life. And he drops it off because nobody's there. Then he leaves, and he just stops at this intersection, which didn't understand. Why just stop? So he stopped, and he gets out the car, and he stands in the middle of the intersection, and he's looking at a map or something. And the lady pulls up.
Oh, you already said she dropped the package off already?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
With the note saying you saved my life.
Yeah.
But then he stops at the intersection, he gets out, and he's just standing there. Don't understand. He's looking at the map. The lady pulls up, and she was like, looks like you're lost.
I was like, that's gonna be the lady.
Yeah, definitely. And then she was like, oh, well, if you go this way, it'll take you to wherever. If you go this way, it'll take you to the interstate. If you go that way, it'll take you to nowhere. And he was like, oh,
Good enough.
okay, cool, thanks. And then she drives off, and you see the angel wings on the back of the van or the pickup truck. And he looks at it, and he gets happy. And he's just staring down this road. I'm like,
I wish he would have went back.
yeah, see, I wish they would have showed that.
Yeah.
Like, what would you have said to her? Like, what would have happened?
Yeah.
But he's just staring down this road like a fucking creeper.
Because the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, he's gonna go back. They're getting married. Fuck the other girl.
See, I thought they were going to show that too.
Yeah.
But then it just shows him staring down the road with like a creepy smile, just staring. I'm like, this motherfucker's going to go kill her. Like, what the
Whoa.
fuck is going to happen?
Whoa. I need a new Wilson, damn it.
That's what I'm like, damn. And then it just faced to black. I'm like, well, what the fuck is going to happen? Like, what happens? Where's the interaction? Because he's definitely going back.
We'll figure that out in the Wilson spinoff because Wilson's gonna come back.
Bro, I hope Wilson's in the packet, like his Wilson's son, like a miniature Wilson volleyball, and he was like he has flashbacks, and then he puts blood on that one. That'd be pretty cool.
Shut the fuck up.
But it was a good movie. I didn't like the ending because I wanted to know what happened.
Yeah.
Very long movie, too long.
It's life.
Oh, yeah. Wanted more Wilson.
I wanted less Wilson.
I wanted more. He was not in the movie.
He doesn't need to be in the movie. He's a volleyball.
Cause like when people talk Castaway, they're always
They couldn't
like,
figure out enough lines for
Wilson.
Wilson.
I know, like the interaction. You know, they actually gave him real lines. Like when Tom Hanks was talking to Wilson, they gave Wilson real lines, and that's what Tom Hanks is reacting to.
I believe it.
But yeah, it was a good movie.
It was alright.
You excited for next week?
What is it?
So we've been on the string of like Oscar nominated movies, right?
Who has?
This is well, first, so we watched Get Out last week, right? And it seems like anytime I give this man a movie to watch, the episodes don't go up.
How?
Ferris Bueller never went up. Get Out hasn't gone up.
Ferris Bueller wasn't my fault. Get Out really wasn't my fault, but
I'm not saying they're your fault. I'm just saying it's a coincidence that they're always the movies I
Get Out was our best episode though, even though nobody's gonna get this far.
So we've watched Shawshank
video.
Redemption, Get Out, and Castaway, three really highly regarded movies. Right. We're taking a turn next week.
Bet.
So next week, this movie is not the best movie ever.
Oh, so the fucking Disaster Artist, we watching that again?
Oh, that's an Oscar-nominated movie too.
You're lying.
James Franco was nominated for Best Actor.
Oh, that doesn't matter.
He actually won at the
No,
the
what am
Golden
I
Globes.
watching, man?
But anyway,
I gotta go. I got places to go. People to
fuck
see.
them places. But anyway, so this is not the best movie ever, but it's a fun movie, and you're gonna watch something that you've told me you've watched before. You're gonna watch the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie from 2014.
I've seen that one.
You have not seen it, and you're lying every time you tell me this. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 2014 is what is next week.
I'm pretty sure I watched.
Oh, you lied to me and told me you watched it.
Shut up. I watched it again. No big deal. It is what it is.
But I love this movie. I love the Ninja Turtles.
I actually get a cheat on this one because I don't got to watch it. I have all the content for it.
The question is, will Kyle like this movie? And I'm going to say no, just because he doesn't want to like it. But if he would give it a chance, he will like this movie. Because it's like the Fast and Furious.
No,
it's just dumb fun.
When I get on camera, I don't lie. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, it was all right. It was could have been better.
It's a great movie.
No.
Yes.
Your fucking theory behind it, why I don't like it, I don't like that either. I don't condone any of this nonsense.
When the truth hits home, people don't like that.
Whatever.
But anyway, that's our podcast. I couldn't think of what the name was. Open Experience.
Did you just end the show with That's Our Podcast?
I couldn't think of what it's called.
Until next time, guys. Subscribe right there.
Till next time.